Grand Rising, mi gente. ¿Cómo están ustedes? Thank you so much for joining me today as we continue to trek further down our Fool's Journey. Today we will be talking about the card and the energy of strength. But before we get into that, I have a channeled message for you guys. This is going to apply to at least a handful of you who are watching. It may not apply to everybody, but if you are seeing this video or hearing this message and this sounds like your situation, please do receive this message as you will. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. So I was on Instagram yesterday, and my girl Flora, shout out to my girl Flora, she had posted a quote in her IG story. And it is a quote by Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N. And it says, "We must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons." And that just hit me in the heart, right? And then I started to channel this message, and I said, I gotta come and tell the tribe this message. And so this message is going to be for someone watching. You know, we don't do gender roles around here, but I am feeling like this is strongly feminine. Like this message is meant for a woman out there. But if you are a man and it resonates with you, please take it for yourself. This is a woman or man who is in a season of cultivation in their lives. They're cultivating themselves, okay? And as such, God has separated you from a lot of things, okay? You're probably at a place where you're experiencing or going through spiritual solitude, and this experience has not been for a short amount of time. This is possibly a year to 5 years to 7 years, okay? And in this time, you've been working very, very hard. You've been working on breaking through traumas and childhood conditioning that you've been through. This is your own trauma. This is also generational trauma, the trauma of your ancestors and those who came before you. You've probably been doing a lot of personal development and self-development. You've been learning new skills. You've been honing the skills you've already had. Some of you who this applies to, you're definitely starting your own business. You're becoming an entrepreneur. You're aligning with your soul's mission and your divine purpose, okay? You're being presented with opportunities, but you're also being presented with challenges and obstacles in order to help you grow, in order to help you become stronger, right? And a lot of you are doing this with not only just like limited friends around you, but a lot of you are doing this without a romantic partner and, you know, a life partner who extends beyond the romance. And at first you were like lonely and you were feeling the need to receive sexual satisfaction or gratification. Then after that passed a little bit, or it could have been like a back and forth between that, you were like, I just want affection, you know, I want somebody to be affectionate. Yes, sex is great, but after a while, sex, you want more than just sex. I want companionship, you know. Some of you are now at the point where you just want another body, like you just want somebody there to be with you. Some of you are so numb to trying to manifest a partner and giving up and, no, I want one, no, forget it, you know, it's not going to happen for me. You've been teetering back and forth and you're almost numb to it. You're almost at a place where you're like, if it happens, it happens, but I'm not going to focus on it and I'm not going to exert any of my energy in order to make a relationship or a partnership of that type, the one that I want, to come into fruition. So I say all that to say there's two pains that you could be experiencing. You're right now experiencing the pain of discipline because you're choosing to walk your path. And although it is a long path, although it's a path through a desert, right? You're being disciplined enough to follow your guidance, which is telling you to stay on your path. You're hearing those voices that tell you what is meant for you will be for you. And when the perfect time occurs and when alignment occurs and when you've gotten yourself to where you need to be to independently, that you will receive the union you so desire. You hear that, okay? And you're being disciplined. It doesn't make the loneliness hurt anymore. It doesn't hurt any less. It doesn't make the longing go away. But the discipline that you have to stay on your path of making yourself great, of achieving the greatness that you've always wanted in life, of getting the desires that you've always had in life, making that come into fruition, okay? So it does hurt, but it doesn't hurt as much as if you were to go against your guidance to remain on your path. You were to get into wrong relationship after wrong relationship because those people were not meant for you, because those people would only satisfy a temporary satisfaction for you, a physical need, you know. The regret of being in and out of relationships where people are neglecting you or abandoning you or not treating you like the king or queen that you are, those regrets would hurt more. If you are someone who is, God has you on a path of opening doors that require you to be in this place and then possibly move to this place and travel to this place and travel to that place, and you engage in a relationship that's not your time, and now you're going to have to make choices between leaving behind something or someone and following your dreams. You're going to be at that fork in the road. You're going to feel torn, and God's not trying to put that energy in your life. Okay, but those regrets, or you may end up getting pregnant or getting someone pregnant, and now you have to change your course of action because you now have to deal with this situation, and you may become resentful of your partner and or of your future child. God's trying to make sure you don't feel those kind of pains. So while the pain of discipline definitely hurts, the pain of regret hurts even more. If you're engaging in behaviors, for instance, if you're a shopaholic, the pain of not having what you want are not gonna outweigh the pain of going into debt because of your shopping habits, okay? If you're a gambler, the pain of putting yourself into a treatment program is not going to outweigh the regret of being in debt up to your eyeballs or possibly owing some bad people some money so you end up sleeping with the fishes or something like that. It's not going to outweigh. So look at where you are, okay? And realize that if you're staying true to self right now, if you're staying true to your path, there may be some emotional dings that you're taking, but it is nothing compared to what would happen if you went against that inner guidance, you got off of that path, and you put yourself in a place to be regretful, okay? So just, I wanted to drop that word for someone out there that needed to hear that, right? And so I'm also hearing the song You Gotta Be by Desiree, and I'm here like, you gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser, you gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. So this is a perfect segue into what we're talking about today. We're talking about the strength card, okay? The song of the day is You Gotta Be, so go listen to it, go empower yourself, go out, dance in the mirror while you listen to it. It's also serendipitous that we're talking about the strength card because all of these, except for this one, have lions in them, and we are officially in Leo season. Shout out to all of my Leos out there, especially my favorite Leo, my daughter. Her birthday is next month on the 18th. So shout out to all of the Leos. This is a time of power and passion, okay? Those are the two words. Oh, and persistence. Power, passion, persistence, okay? That is the energy that Leo brings, and that is the energy that you need to be diving deep into right now, okay? So let's get to our cards, showing you, this is from the Light Seers Tarot. Absolutely love how it's half a woman's face, half a lion's face, right? She has an infinity symbol tattoo. A lot of times you'll see infinity symbols tattooed on her arm, which means that her strength is drawn from not just what she's going through now, but her past lifetimes as well. She's been strong. When you see that symbol, or you notice that symbol, you're being drawn to that symbol within the strength card, it means that you've been through things, and it could also be, your childhood and your past. You've been through things that are making you stronger, or have made you stronger than you give yourself credit for. There's also a lamb in this card. It's about a gentle strength, okay? This is a strength that comes from within. It's a strength where you don't have to, because lions don't walk around saying, I'm a lion, be afraid of me, right? When lions walk through, shit clears out, right? Paths part, right? Animals get out the way, right? Because it's the presence of the lion that exudes its strength. It's not its roar. its presence, right? So it's also speaking about being gentle and being strong and learning the balance between how to be strong when you need to be strong and being gentle when you need to be gentle. I like the depiction on this card from the Book of Shadows Tarot So Below deck, because this woman, she's an older woman, she's an elder, she's a wise person. Her strength comes from experience. She's working out, right? That means she's gone through it. She's actually putting action to it, okay? And her actions in life have brought her to where she is right now. And she hasn't always been perfect, right? But she's always tried and been persistent, and that's what's bringing her strength. And that's why she's able to still go, because of the strength that was born of her experience. This card in this deck is called the Power card. I think it looks like Odin, who is the Norse god of Asgard, who is also Thor's father. That's what I see when I look at this card. We have another depiction of half man, half beast, okay? And this is speaking about that personal power that resides in you. I picked out mostly today, where's my wand? Here it is. Mostly today, these are definitely Leo crystals. They're Leo related crystals, but they're also crystals that are related to your solar plexus chakra. This one jumped out. It jumped out of the basket and rolled down here. So I said, I gotta put you down here. It's a blue onyx, which is a throat chakra crystal, but he clearly wanted to be here, so he got to be here. This is a tiger's eye, which is my daughter's favorite crystal. This is an orange calcite. This is a yellow jasper, and this is a red gold stone. This is speaking about strengthening your solar plexus chakra right now, because that is our energy center that deals with our personal power, that deals with our confidence, that deals with our willpower, our ability to go after the things in life that we want. So you want to strengthen that center. And then here again, we have another lion on the strength card. You see how the woman has made the lion bend to her will? It's speaking about she's so strong because of the things that she's gone through that even the lion bends to her will. If you notice, she has taken her magic, right? And she's used her magic to put the storm behind her, okay? But she went through that storm. She walked through that tornado, okay? She almost died, right? But she didn't. And she made it through the tornado. And now any other tornadoes that come toward her are not going to faze her. You're being shaped. Okay? You're being, there's a saying, and I'm paraphrasing wildly, but there's a saying that said, if I had 2 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend the first hour sharpening my axe. Okay? Because before you can go in and do what you are called to do in this lifetime, you yourself have to be strong and prepared and sharp. Okay, focus more on because it's a big task. Whatever you go through at this moment in your life, it's preparing you for what you're going through in the future. So if you are, a mom, you work a pretty, regular kind of a job, but you have to make decisions for your household. You have to make decisions for your job, maybe some things in your friendship circle, and you feel like I'm making a lot of decisions, and I have to be responsible for this, and I have to be responsible for that. But you also want to be the CEO of your own beauty brand, right? So if you can't make the decisions about your family and your friends and your job in that kind of a multitasking kind of a capacity, when you become the CEO of an international company and you have to decide what vendors to use, you have to decide what countries to communicate with, you have to decide, all these major decisions, you're not going to be able to do it because you weren't even able to do what you were supposed to do at the mid-level, right? So everything you're going through is strengthening you. You're an axe on a grindstone right now. It's making you sharp for what you asked for. Trust me on this one. It is making you sharp for what you asked for. The strength card is also the card, the number 8 card. And when you see 888, 888 is the number of abundance. Okay, definitely speaks to tangible abundance. We're talking money here. We're talking increased finances. We're talking stability. We're talking security. But it can also be, bright ideas. It can be children. It can be friends. It could be love. There's abundance comes in different forms. But in order to get there, it doesn't just happen. There are no shortcuts on the way to the top. Okay, in order to get there, you have to be strong. It's also, when you see 888, it's another symbol of new doors and new opportunities opening for you, ones that you likely have never even saw yourself going through, but also that you probably don't have experience enough to walk through. So before you can get, if you want that, again, I'll use the example of the beauty brand. First, you're going to have to go back to school. You're going to have to learn about vending. You're going to have to learn about advertising. You're going to have to learn about FDA procedures on the things that you're putting into your products. You're going to have to learn about testing. You're going to have to learn about legal matters. What if somebody breaks out in hives from your lip gloss and now you have a court suit on your hand? You're going to have to learn all that. If God sends you into that door unprepared, what's going to happen? You're going to fall apart. Everything that you wanted is going to fall apart quickly. Right now, we're talking about sustainability. We want these things to last for a long time. And if you want them to last for a long time, then you have to be prepared for it. You have to be ready for it, okay? So this is a shout out to the people out there who have gone through it, right? These are my spiritual soldiers, okay? This is Source's soldiers, as I call them, right? You've been through some stuff that would have made most people crumble, but it's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up, okay? Give yourself credit for being a warrior. Not only are you dealing with your own personal matters right now, there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now, okay? We got a civil war breaking out, we have a global pandemic, we have pedophiles and child traffickers being brought to light so that they can be brought to justice. We have all kind of government injustices being exposed. We have a lot of things going on. So not only am I falling apart, you may say to yourself, but the world is currently falling apart so that it can be reborn, right? This is the labor pains we're going through. We're walking into a society we've never been able to experience before. This is an unprecedented time in history and a hell of a time to be alive. But please also realize that you volunteered for this. And I don't want to point blame back to you, but I want to let you know that you volunteered to be here during this time, during this revolution where the world is, after this change, the world is not going back to how it used to be. Okay, we're changing the systems of banking and government and education and marriage, and we're becoming unified, right? And we're exposing things that need to be exposed so that we're not bringing that dead energy into this new earth that we are creating. But it takes courage and it takes bravery. And those are the things that you are going through right now, all right? So remember, you're not the only one. Remember, we are an army and we're in this together. Reach out for support when you need support. There may be times where you have to be the strength for others, and there may be times where others need to be the strength for you. But you are powerful. Don't forget that. Don't forget your past lives of being warriors and kings and soldiers, Draw upon the strength of your ancestors in this moment, okay? Who cleared the path so you could be here, okay? Their strength. You are born of their strength, and your future generations, they will be born of your strength, okay? So when times get hard, look at the bigger picture. Remember why you're doing this. It's not just for you. It's for the world. It's for our community. It's for your children. It's for your ancestors, okay? So let's pull a card that goes with strength, remembering how strong you are. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. Oh, no. You gotta be wiser. Remember, you gotta be tough. You gotta be strong, okay? I gotta get my life together. Hold on, there we go. It's hard I'm trying to shuffle around the tripod, so y'all bear with me. Okay, Spirit, show us what messages you have in relation to the strength card today, if I can get it together. Oh my God, look. I can't make this stuff up. Look at it. Okay, hold on. Y'all work with me. Okay. Let us see what Spirit has to say. What you got to say? The Magician. Okay. You are creating. You got everything you need. The Magician card means you have everything you need inside of you. If you look here, he has his wand for passion, that fire energy, that Leo energy, right? He has his pentacle here about patience and stamina and dedication and determination. He has his chalice here with the little cute little unicorn. Speaking about your magic, okay? This is your magic. Don't forget about that, because there's 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. But there's also the 5th element, which is not only a great movie, but it also is speaking about working with source. It's about working with God to co-create, right? So this is your emotions, right? This is his sword. It looks like a dragonfly, which speaks about new beginning. There was a swarm of, I didn't even know dragonflies flew in swarms, but in my backyard the other day, there was like, and they were, I've never seen dragonflies this big. They were like legit dragonflies like this, right? And they were flying around, and my daughter was like, I'm not walking through there, you know? Dragonflies are a symbol of new beginning. And so this is connected to the sword here. It means that it's your mind that's going to, your mental determination, as well as your new thoughts and ideas. When you combine all of these things together, and right here he's channeling from above, source's energy, you can create anything you want out of your life, right? But there's going to be failures. Think of a chemist or an alchemist in a lab. How many times they try to mix stuff together, it doesn't work out the way they think. They might set something on fire, something may explode, their lab may get damaged in some way, right? But they keep going, they clean up, they keep going, they clean up, they keep going. Just like Iron Man, when he's making his Mark suits, things may not work out. He may try his test and he may be over thrust capacity or whatever it may be. But he keeps going until he gets to his goal. So this is a message, these in conjunction with this, right, is a message to keep going. That you are creating and you are manifesting the life that you desire. But the challenges that are thrown your way make you stronger, so that when you get close, and especially when you get closest to your goal, that's when the challenges are really going to come your way to say, how bad do you want this? Show me how bad you want this. So this is about tenacity. It's about strength. It's about creating the life you desire through your strength. It's about doing this for the bigger picture, for your community and the world at large, okay? Never forget who you are, where you came from, and never forget that you can do this, all right? So thank you guys so much for joining me for this stop on the Fool's Journey. I will see you next week, and I love you guys so much. Peace.